What's going on, Wolfpack? Time again for another wolfofbricks.com update. I am Jim, and of course, this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So today we're only going to be talking about Lego investing briefly today because, as you may have seen on the thumbnail, we will be talking about something else that I have been reselling that is not Lego. But before we get into it, I'd like to kindly ask everybody to like and subscribe. In just a couple days, we're going to be doing the giveaway here. We're going to be announcing how you could win that, and then of course later on we're going to have the drawing, and we're going to be doing that every month for the rest of 2023. So very excited about that. And for some of those people that may not have seen the last video, I humbly would like to thank everybody for reaching 5,000 subscribers. It's a goal that I've been wanting to get to for some time. And we have 5,000 down, so there's only 95,000 more to go. Now, because of that, we do have another giveaway that will be going on next week also. And this is a free giveaway for everybody. Everybody will be getting something for free if they want. We will be announcing those details next week, so be on the lookout for that. Now, for those of you that are still wanting a Lego fix, I would like to go ahead and chat about Lego briefly. All right, so you're looking at brickfanatics.com, and this is their 2023 Lego retirement list. And I've talked about this in the past. I'm really not a fan of looking at retirement lists too early, and I've explained why. Because just because there's a retirement list out doesn't mean that you should buy those sets. Even though we are no longer in the 2022 selling season, we still are in the 2022 buying season because there are a lot of retired Lego sets that are still available, and there will continue to be retired Lego sets that are available up until March, maybe even April. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want to get a little bit conspiratorial here. And no, we're not going to be talking about UFOs or 9/11, jet fuel can't melt steel beams, but we are going to be talking about the retirement list. Now, the thing about it is, if you recall whenever that UCS Razor Crest came out, right? And there were leaked photos, and these were somewhat leaked. These weren't, I don't think, intentionally leaked by Lego. These photos were everywhere. They were all over YouTube. They were all over the Brick Fan. They were all over many Lego websites, right? But they weren't on Brick Fanatics, and I thought that was interesting. So the day that Lego had their reveal and their official photos of the Razor Crest UCS, that's when Brick Fanatics came out and they put out their photos and stories and things of that sort. And it's been told to me by a couple people that Brick Fanatics has a partnership with Lego. I'm not exactly sure what that partnership is, but because Brick Fanatics has done the Razor Crest thing that I just mentioned and things of the past, it makes me believe that they do have a partnership. So if Brick Fanatics does have a partnership with Lego and Lego hates resellers, why is Brick Fanatics putting out a retirement list in January? I have no idea. Now, for me, personally, this does not pass the smell test. I am not by any means saying that this is a bogus list, but I have a question. Let's say this list is out, which it is, and Lego is tracking every Lego set when it comes to sales that is on this list, right? And then Lego was to look at the top selling Lego set in each theme that is on the retirement list. And then come August, September, October, or maybe even November, Lego announces that the top set in each theme, or the top 3 sets in each theme, will be held back another year. Wouldn't that be a way to stick it to Lego resellers? That's just a thought. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you know, I tend to get conspiratorial sometimes, and that is my conspiracy for this retirement list. So again, this video is about me selling something that is not Lego related. I have a confession that I have been cheating on everybody. In addition to me selling Lego, but I have also been selling other things. And I'm going to show them to you right now. Now, as I'm holding it up, you will say to yourself, geez, Jim, what the heck is this, right? Because you see nothing but brown. Well, the reason why you see brown is because, of course, I have a green screen behind me. But these are exotic plants. But to show you that there is no funny business going on, of course, I did take a picture that was not in front of a green screen, and you could see that these are two of the many exotic plants that I have. You could also see a picture of John Glenn in the background with his autograph. He and I knew each other in his later years, and he's one of my favorite human beings ever. So the plants that I were holding were Florida Beauties. And of course, as always, I will have an Excel spreadsheet in the end, so you could go ahead and you could check out what my sales were and what the ROI was and what the hold time is. I'll give you a brief spoiler alert. The hold time was pretty short. It was not like holding a Lego set, so that's one of the benefits to reselling an exotic plant. So this is Instagram, and you're looking at a bunch of Florida Beauty plants. And for those of you that don't know, the reason why these people are posting pictures of Florida Beauty isn't to show off their Florida Beauty. It is to sell their Florida Beauty plants. And these people, most of them, are in Indonesia and other places of the world. So what I did was I clicked on a couple of these and I messaged them and I said, hey, do you have Florida Beauty plants? And they said, yes, we do. And then I sent them money and then they sent me the plants. Now, I know some of you are saying, wait, you just went ahead and sent some money to a stranger and you trusted them to send plants back to you? Well, listen. This takes courage, just like it takes courage to go out and buy hundreds of Lego sets and have faith that those sets will sell. I did send the funds via PayPal, and it was not through friends and family, even though they asked me to. So if there was any issue with the plants, then I would go ahead and I would take that money back, which did happen a couple times. Sometimes I got a order and I sent them pictures. I said, dude, I just unboxed this and these plants are like halfway dead. And they said, oh, it'll be fine. Just put some nutrients in it. And I said, listen, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give these plants 30 days to bounce back from the shipping because the shipping is intense for these plants. And if these plants end up dead, I'm taking my money back. And that's exactly what I did. He wasn't happy about it, but that's just the way it is. Now, unfortunately for me, I did stop selling these plants because, to be all honest, I didn't know what I was doing completely, and I got a little bit in over my head. The strategy I had for selling Legos, I gave the same strategy to selling plants, and they were completely different. So when someone gets into Legos, they may say to themselves, you know what, I want to create a hit list of 6 or 10 Lego sets to buy lots of quantities on. That's what I did to these plants. And these plants, and I had many different species, I should have only stuck to 1 or 2. I think I could have managed 2 quite well. I got in over my head really quick. And there was this time maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, where I was like, I'm just going to stop doing this altogether and not do it anymore. But then I decided, you know what, instead of saying I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm just going to put it on pause. I'm going to regroup. And we're going to stay on the pause period for a while. But I guarantee you when the time is right, we are going to go full force again. And I'll share with everybody my experiences. So some of you may be saying, Jim, well, why exotic plants? Why not this? Why not that? All that other stuff. Well, I have a calendar right here to show you. And the last 3 months of the year are Q4, of course, right, for Lego. And I said to myself, you know, that would be pretty awesome if I was able to have 2 Q4s a year. But instead of having 2 Q4s, which I do have 1 Q4 the last 3 months of the year, I would also have a Q2, which would be April, May, and June. And that would be the high volume selling season for exotic plants. Whenever you go to Lowe's, whenever you go to Home Depot, you see all the boomers out there, they're spending hours looking at their plants and things like that. And I said to myself, if I could have as much success in Q2 as I have in Q4, I mean, you talk about fuel injecting your reselling business to the next level. I mean, that's it right there. But as I just mentioned, my Q2 business is on pause. But eventually, I'm pretty confident that it will be very successful when I decide to start selling those exotic plants again. And when we go to the Excel, you can see right here, I had 36 Florida Beauty plants. The buy price was $125. The sell price was $200. Now that was the average sell price. Sometimes I sold these plants for $295. Sometimes I sold them for $175. But this is the average price. The return on investment was 60%. The hold time was 45 days. That's very important. Whenever I had those plants delivered to me, I did make sure that they had time to bounce back from the shipping, right? I didn't want to immediately ship them off. There was about maybe 3 or 4 weeks that I would give them to bounce back, and then I would go ahead and I would sell them during the course of, 15 or 20 days. And you can see my total buy price was $4,500. My sell price was $7,200, and after fees, that's around $6,100. So pretty good profit, not necessarily talking about ROI, but pretty good profit during a 45-day period. And I do want to say, if you hung out with me to this point, I'm going to give you some important information that many others probably won't see because they left already. The great thing about these plants is you could divide them and multiply them over time, right? So when it comes to your cost, every time you divide them and you eventually sell them, your cost goes down, right? So that's great. It's not like Lego where you're constantly searching Amazon or you're constantly looking at Walmart for those sets that were 40, 50% off and you miss that deal and then you're waiting for it to come back, and there's all kinds of Lego reselling vultures, I say that with love, around you. Once you have this, and you could sell one plant or you could wait and turn this into 5, 6, 7 plants. So there's a lot of opportunity with exotic plants if you know what you're doing. I am taking my time with them because I want to do it the right way. And whenever I do it the right way, I do want to go full force and have a successful Q2 in addition to a successful Q4. That's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. Love to hear what you might have to say in the comments. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with wolfofbricks.com. Always go out there and get it.